Decision Plus has been and still is a leading stock market service provider. From training to coaching, we cover it all. Try both our software as well as our coaching site, completely free for 10 days without obligation. No credit card is needed to sign up for the trial. The trial subscription will be automatically canceled for you at the end. DecisionPlus.com, your stock market service center. Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above. Market Vision Plus is the trading companion of so many investors. Make your fundamental and technical analysis easy with Canada's #1 stock market decision-making software. Research, decide, and follow your positions with Market Vision Plus. See the menus just above this program and try Market Vision Plus for 10 days without any obligation after the show. When it comes to day trading, Trader Plus is the right tool. Track 50 quotes simultaneously. Create dozens of quick lists. Display as many as 30 real-time intraday charts at the same time. Watch the action with candlesticks or bar charts as fast as 10 seconds. See the market by sectors. Use the chart models already prepared for you. Try Trader Plus for 10 days in the menu above without any obligation.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Swing Trading Show. Today we're Monday, March 30th, 2015. The question bar is open, folks. If ever you have any questions, feel free to ask them. At opening, we had an opening in positive territory on all indices, and 3 factors have led this. First of all, the dovish comments by Janet Yellen on Friday that says that even if interest rates go up, they're not going to go up as high as they were expecting. Second thing, the Chinese policymakers came out today saying that they have the ability to ease the monetary policies if necessary. So this is also something that's bringing some optimism into the market, knowing that the Chinese officials have the money to do so. And the third thing is the wave of mergers and acquisitions that we have seen in the healthcare sector. Let me show it to you here. For instance, here we had, for instance, Horizon Pharma that decided to acquire Hyperion Therapeutics, which is this company here. Teva Pharmaceuticals, they have decided to acquire OPEX for $3.25 billion. And on the Canadian side, this company here, which is CCT, let me get this for you here, Catamaran, this company is being bought by this company here, which is UHR on New York. So that company, what ticker is this? UHR? UNH, sorry, UNH. So UNH decided to buy CCT on the Canadian side. So this has created some wave of buyers into the market. With this optimism that we have seen, US dollar surge. So it's a clear breakout on US dollar. And which sector did it have an impact on? It had an impact on gold. Gold has clearly reversed its short-term upward corridor. This is why today at opening, what we decided to do on MarketGurus.tv is take some profit on some of our silver short exposure that we had, and that short exposure was Silver Standard Resources that we recommended on MarketGurus.tv on March 26th. You can have access to Market Gurus for free for 10 days. So today it was a clear, great profit-taking opportunity because with the strength of the US dollar, gold took a hit. Is it an entry point right now for bearish ETF on gold? I think what you'd like to see, what you must see is to see, can gold make a new low intraday? If it can does that, okay, for no positions on bearish ETF on gold, such as HGD on the TSX, such as Dust on New York, or such as GDST on New York. Those will be the bearish ETF that will be interesting, but only if gold can make a new low intraday. Concerning gold stocks, they're just pursuing their decline. And also on the upside, what we have the consumer discretionary sector that stays strong. There's Dollarama that pursues its rally, and Canadian Tire is actually breaking out, so it's definitely an entry point with an exit point at 127.50. And Rona as well, it's a clear breakout with an exit point at 15.60. So the consumer discretionary sector is staying strong on the Canadian side, but also on the American side today, because we have the home builders that remain strong. We have not published the listed market gurus.tv because when we take a look at the markets, they all remain neutral intraday. So can we really believe that this increase will actually propel the markets higher? This is why we have been reluctant to recommend or to publish that list among home builders, but we've talked about it on marketgurus.tv since opening. Some breakouts such as D.R. Horton, Lennar Corp, Toll Brothers, Pulte Group, all those breakouts are all published on marketgurus.tv. So this is actually a sector that stays strong in the US. So the consumer discretionary sector on the US as well as the Canadian side with Rona, Canadian Tire that are breaking out. And why markets are going up today is, first of all, the comments by the policymakers in China, the wave of buyers in the healthcare sector, and also the fact that Janet Yellen made some dovish comments. Has this created some opportunities for day trading in the healthcare sector? Yes, it has. I'm going to show you later on the best day trade of the day, and it's in the healthcare sector. And concerning gold, if you did have some short positions in the sector that you opened on last Thursday or Friday, at opening, I think today, I think it's great to take some profit on them. If you're already taking some profit, good job. Now, if you want to trade the bearish cycle of gold, I think only on the new low intraday that those bearish ETF will remain interesting. But so far, I think with the stabilization phase that I see in gold, I'll be reluctant to open again some bearish ETF on gold. I'd like to see a confirmation that this bearish cycle can be sustained on gold before opening new positions on some bearish ETF. And if we continue this decline, we could even go down until 111 points on the gold. So there's some potential. So let's take one questions here. We have one questions from Jean. It was the questions on Friday. Hi, Chris. Concerning your MACD histogram analysis, could you please tell me what other parameters you generally use? Well, for the MACD histogram, the parameters that we generally use is the 7-28-7. So on the Market Vision software, you can actually do that. To a MACD, you go, you click right, and it shows analysis, and you add one. So we choose MACD histogram. It's 7-28-7. And this allows us to see if there's a bullish or bearish divergence. For instance, on the GM stock, we saw a clear bearish divergence at this point here, because look at this. Here, GM went lower than this low around here, while the MACD histogram was even lower, right? And this is a clear bearish divergence, bullish divergence, sorry. And this is why we had a rally since then on General Motors. Another one is over here too as well, right? We are actually going lower than the low here, while the histogram is slightly hedging higher. So this actually is a signal that GM could pursue its rally. So those of you who want to buy GM right now, I think it's still okay, because the MACD histogram is showing us that bullish divergence, and your exit point is clear below $37 on GM, because we have a confirmation of a bullish divergence there on the stock like that. So this is the parameters that we use. So Isabel Jacques was actually on Friday. Do you think HGD is a good idea to buy today for swing or day trading? Well, as I said, HGD today will be a good opportunity if only gold can make a new low. Right now, HGD is staying flat, even if it's in its intraday chart. So if ever we could have a new low on GLD, right, I definitely think that HGD will be an opportunity for day trading until 111. That could be the next target on GLD for another pause. So I would mostly favor day trading, but only on a new low. So there are some questions that we didn't have time to get, so I wrote them down. Maybe they're not written as precisely as you wrote them down. So for instance, BGMD, please analyze. Well, first of all, it's a stock in the healthcare sector. It broke out on March 24th. Now it's having a slight correction, getting into the overbought situation for BGMD. Is it an entry point now? I don't believe so. I think that it's due for a correction. I'd like to see a clearer stabilization phase on a stock like that, because usually when that stock stabilizes and gets out of its shadow information, that's where it performs well. look at this here, look at this there, look at this here. So I think you should wait for that. Right now, with this overbought situation, with volumes that are slightly declining, I think that we're due for a correction that could lead to the beginning of a stabilization phase on BGND. If you want to day trade that stock, well then, only if the stock can go above 105 and maintain that increase for 2-3 uptick on the upside. But I would not day trade that stock at opening. For swing trading, wait for stabilization phase for 2-3 days within that range, and then on the new high, that will be a breakout on the stock like that and an entry point. But today, it's not the case. Now, I would like to have your opinion on ATE. So please, next time, put the ticker, put the market on which it's being traded, right? For instance, ATE is it on, okay, so that's this stock here, and ICG. Okay. So ATE, it's a stock that's pursuing its increase. What we have done, though, on MarketGurus.tv, it's a new strategy that we are actually adopting. It's a strategy where when a stock surge by 10-15% on the venture index, it's mostly for the venture index, what we have done is that we're willing to take a risk and recommend that stock in our analyst choice portfolio, but there are some conditions. For instance, if we had recommended AT on MarketGurus.tv on March 25th, well, days after would have made some money on a stock like that. So when a stock on the venture index is surging by, let's say, 10 to 15%, that's a new strategy that we're adopting right now on MarketGurus.tv. I give you an example here on one of our stock. For instance, Vigogo. It was surging by 10% on Friday when we recommended that stock as a buy on MarketGurus.tv. The strategy that we're favoring is that if ever the day after the stock surges or at least maintains its gains, we're going to hold on to it. But if ever we have a pursuit of the decline, we lose 2, 3, 4, 5% during the next day, that's a signal where we're going to have to close that positions. So for a stock like ATE that you just mentioned, right now I don't think that it's an appropriate timing to get into that stock. I think when you bought it on March 24th on the breakout on MarketGurus.tv, you should have taken some profit. We're due right now for stabilization phase on a stock like that, and I would not buy it as long as it do not confirm that stabilization phase.
Find answers to your questions by emailing your host at btm@decisionplus.com.
5 good reasons to manage your investments with National Bank Direct Brokerage. Commission fees fixed at $9.95 anytime for all clients and starting at only $6.95 for active investors. No administrative fees if you hold at least $20,000 in your accounts. Registered accounts available in U.S. currency. Powerful tools to help you manage your portfolio. Award-winning customer service and satisfaction levels amongst the highest in the industry. To learn more, visit nbdb.ca or call us now.
Real-time coaching has been created. We search and classify critical reports and technical movements. You can visualize or hear the best buying and selling opportunities. Get real-time advice all day long and 3 live coaching shows per day. Let us do the work and save your time for trading. Try MarketGurus.tv free without obligation for 10 days in the menus above.
So to finish with Jocelyn's question here, so as I said, for ATE, not a buy, wait for a stabilization phase on ATE, right? For Integra Gold, it's a nice performer on the gold sector. It is reaching now the top of an upward corridor on Integra Gold. So I believe that right now for Integra Gold, that it will not be a timing to get in, especially with gold that is having a clear bearish cycle right now, clearly reversing its upward trend. So what I'd like to see on Integra Gold is the pursuit of the stabilization phase on a stock like that. Right now, with this overbought situation, with the weakness in gold, I don't think it's an appropriate timing to get into a stock like that. The timing might be whenever the stock could break 35 cents 12, but I think we're due for a stabilization phase or a correction that could bring the stocks toward the 30 cents. At this situation, that stock is mostly in a situation where those of you who bought it on March 20th when the stock broke out, got out of this sideways formation, was a buying signal on March 20th or 21st. The stock right now is in a situation where you should take some profit. So this is why I believe that with the fact that it's at reach the top of its upward corridor, that we are going to be due for a correction, and the next buying point is going to be only higher than 35 cents 39 for Integra Gold. Now what's going on with PHM? So PHM, please see, this is why it's important to specify the market, because there's PHM in New York, which is a clear breakout, and it's in the home builders. So is it that stock? That stock today is a buy. Now for PHM and the venture index, it's also a buy, clearly breaking out that sideways formation. That stock definitely, I have nothing to say against it. It's one of the biggest winners on the venture index. It's definitely a nice performer. It's a clear breakout. Even if we're reaching the top of an upward corridor, I think that getting in today and trend trading that stock, which means that you will hold on to it as long as it remains above 130, which will be the reversal of this upward trend, I think it's still okay for patient home holding. However, the thing is that you have to be willing to tolerate a big loss because the stock is already surging by 6.47%. But if you trend trading that stock, I think that's also an alternative, but you have to tolerate a bigger loss though, because it already surged by 6.47%. If it breaks 130, we could talk of a loss of more than 7%, more than 10% even on a stock like Patient Home Monitoring. But for the last few days though, for the last few months, the stock has done so well. Stochastic series making a higher bottom. So I believe that there's definitely some buyer's momentum on a stock like that that could even propel it higher. However, if you're buying it today, make sure that whenever you reach a 5 or 6% to take some profit quickly on a stock like that. Now as for CXV, it's neutral, only higher than 45 cents 17 that I will get into a stock like that. But right now it's neutral. It's a nice upward trend, but I'd like to see the stock clearly breaking out before considering that stock as a buy. And also it's a new stock, so you have to also take into account that this buying momentum might only be due to people who bought stocks previous to the IPO. So now their trades are being reflected in the market. So that might be one of the reasons why we see this buyer's momentum. And I'm usually skeptical when a company has just started to trade in the stock market. I think we need to see at least 3, 4, 6 months to see how the stock can behave, to allow us to have enough data to see, okay, what indicators could work better on a stock like that. But technically speaking, only higher than 45 cents. And even then, I'm not so sure though if I will get into a stock like that, simply because it's new and I'd like to see more time before considering that stock as a potential buy. I've not done any research on a stock like that. Now, I mean fundamentally speaking in terms of the research. Now VGO. So VGO, should I keep VGO? Paid 287 Friday until what price? Thanks. Well, VGO, you should keep it. Yes, you bought at 287. Right now, it's reaching the price that you paid. For us, VGO, as long as the stock remains above 279, we're gonna hold on to it. So VGO, it's a hold. It's still a stock that we have in our analyst trust portfolio on MarketGurus.tv, and we're continuing to hold on to VGO on a venture index. So 279 is going to be the point where we'll close that long positions, but right now it's a hold. Now there are other questions too, but I don't have enough time, folks, to take all of them, so I'm going to take them tomorrow. Now as for the day trade of the day, it's that stock here, GENE. It's in the healthcare sector. It's a stock that gave 3 entry points on MarketGurus.tv. We recommended that stock since opening. The new entry point is going to be at 460 on a stock like that. We could have that. Stochastics is heading up, which is positive, but we need the break of the resistance higher than 460 on GENE on NASDAQ. Overall, folks, we have gold that's having a reversal of this upward trend. Could be interesting for bearish ETF, but only on the new low intraday among gold. So far, it's not doing so. And markets are going up slightly today on dovish comments by Janet Yellen, on the policymakers' comments by the Chinese policymakers' comments saying that they will stimulate the economy if they have to, and by the wave of mergers and acquisitions in the healthcare sector, which actually led to GNE being the best day trade of the day in the healthcare sector. But for swing trading overall, despite some breakouts here and there in the consumer discretionary sector, such as Canadian Tire, Rona, or such as home builders in the US, there are not tons of new buying signals on the market. Markets so far intraday wise remain within the neutral range, and we want to see markets clearly getting out of it to confirm if today's increase can be pursued, can be sustained in the next few days. And this is key though in buying positions today, to not be caught by some false signals, because it's purely on comments and speculations and hopes that markets are rising today. So that said, see you tomorrow at 12:30 on the Swing Trading Show on DecisionPlus.com.